Welcome back to the circuit. Last time out, we saw Navi, the boss, dominate his table.
Bazigar is back, finally.
I already know that, bro. I'm ready to walk out.
While Thiam battled his way to a hard-fought victory.
I want to play with you longer, bro.
2 more tables of 4 to play. Remember, no negative points, just hardcore action to play for those 70 points up top.
मैं दिखाता हूँ अभी pot. I think I'm pretty strong with my PLO game and my table draw looks fine.
I think there will be a lot of action in general.
Good card for me.
Because of the ante and because of the short-handed nature, ante means dead money. It has to be defended by playing a lot of hands because you have to fight for it. And when the blinds catch up, it's going to be like really big.
Vinay I have not played with much. Neither have I with Wilson. But I know they are little थोड़े ranty है.
Flush है मेरा.
I have to win this one because I didn't do pretty well with the bounty event.
Mine. Nice try.
I'll just look to grind them out or maybe dominate later when I have chips. Let's see how it goes.
So here's the leaderboard before we get things started. Keep an eye on the bottom here. Jagdeep and Pavan Bansal, experts at PLO. This is their time to climb right back up. But for now, all they have to do is sit back and watch with the rest of us as we kick off table number 3 of the Pot Limit Omaha 4 Max Turbo. Right then, let's get to the action. Shuffle up and deal.
Welcome to Table 3 of event number 2, PLO, Pot Limit Omaha. We have a new set of contenders, and we're going to see who walks away with the 70 points up top in this event. Time to see what Wilson, Vinay, Gaurav, and Sarvan have brought to the table. I'm excited to get this one going. My name is Vidur Singhal in the booth with Adi Wadhwani as always. Adi, Table 3, the players have watched the other 2 tables. What do you think they're bringing to the felts?
Well, I can tell you one thing. Vinay Rajpal has decided to take this first action as a blind raise, effectively like a straddle, which is pretty aggressive, but that's because he needs points really badly. So does Zarvan Tamboli. Well, they all really do. No one is safe. That's the best part. But 4 cards, plenty of action. Many things are possible.
1400 डालना है क्या scene? Okay.
And just like that, Wilson Yamso shows his intent, potting with the 10-9-5-4.
Well, this is Wilson doing Wilson things, the wild card of the circuit thus far, showing that he's going to play no different in the PLO portion. Takes that one down. Squeezing from the big blind against the blind raise. That is some high-quality PLO poker.
And look at this, Vinay Rajpal has come to play. Again, just with a limp here, but the hand selection is interesting to say the least.
Yeah, King Deuce, 6-4. That's not one you want to get.
Potting. How much?
And here we go again.
नहीं डरेंगे. Wilson को ऐसे हम run over नहीं करने देंगे. हम लड़ेंगे.
They're chanting slogans, but Wilson flops a nut flush draw.
तुम्हारे पास.
On me.
Of course, always on you, sir.
3,200.
This time I would like to fold and give you respect. Table पे ऐसा था, like me, Zarvan and Gaurav, mentally we were targeting, I think, Wilson for some points because we were desperate for his chips.
Yeah. All of these guys were like really aggressive at the start, especially Wilson. Like he's just like all guns blazing. 22.
2-2.
Here we go again. Wilson with kings with a 9 and a 7. Comes 8 high flop, but look at this. Gaurav has top set and the nut flush draw. Lounge saying bye-bye because Wilson has an overpair and the second nut flush draw, and you know he's going to be aggressive with it. Gaurav check raises.
Call.
And Wilson comes along, the 5.
Bye-bye.
I'm guessing you're already fond of him.
Bro, he busted me.
The 5 could put a pause in Wilson's aggression. Well, never mind all that. 33,000 fired. Gaurav is all in with way the best of it.
Going dead.
No, Gatti and
King and
King.
six.
पर
थोड़ा सा कम है आपसे
हो रहा 5400 ज़्यादा है इन पे.
Dag happening here. Open fast.
Open.
Here also dag happening.
Quads for Gaurav.
Happy birthday to you, जी. कोक शोक पियोगे बुलाओ जी. ऐसे ना तुम हंसते रहो. यूं ही गुनगुनाओ जी.
मेहनत मैं कर रहा था.
गुनीशा के साथ गुनाओ जी. क्या यार? अबे क्या करूं, मतलब क्या मैरिनेट हम दोनों कर रहे थे, मस्त ऐसे ऐसे मसाला लगा
देखो वीपी देखो हमारा
जाके फ्राई हो गए.
वीपी वहाँ 88 है, वहाँ 22 वाले को दे दिया.
सही में यार, हम दोनों कोशिश कर रहे हैं, तुमको मस्त सॉसेज बनाए, सैंडविच करे, फिर खाए, टॉप कर दिए तुम.
जो मेहनत करेगा वही भरेगा ना. उसने मेहनत किया.
आज नहीं करेगा मेरे को तंग. उसको पता फिर मैं क्या बोलूँगा.
Wilson is down to just crumbs.
अब मजा नहीं कर रहा खेलने.
The whole table saying the quiet part out loud. They were targeting him. Gaurav the beneficiary.
अभी ये क्या लिंपिंग चालू. मैं दिखाता हूँ अभी पॉट.
Wilson just can't help himself. Limped a pretty weak hand. Now it's gonna come along. Sarwan has him dominated.
How much do you have, bro?
शायद 2000.
No, I want
Not
exact
much.
5400 ही है तो 34.
2 spades on the flop.
number. ये बहुत मोटा हाथ है.
Flush draw for Wilson. Yeah, this is going in.
क्या है भाई, गलत तो नहीं दिख रहा हूँ क्या?
Wilson all in for his tournament life.
6 टर्न पे स्लोली मारना है ऐसे.
अरे बाप.
रेड कार्ड प्लीज.
Top set for Sarwan. And now a full house.
चलो.
जी भाई.
जी ब्रो.
पक्के 1 million तुम्हारे.
GG Wilson. Short but entertaining stint here at the PLO table.
Wilson, tough break there. Super rough hand against Gaurav. Were you a bit shocked when he showed you the hand as strong as it actually was?
Yes, right. Like I could have checked turn, but you know that's how it is. I had overpairs and draw the second nut flush, so I thought maybe I could hit the flush or maybe kings. When he check raised me, I thought maybe kings were no good, but then I also caught a gutty on the turn.
Wilson like potted, I think, the first 13 hands. He felt like Sunil Narayan had come for opening for KKR. He's just like all guns blazing and just potted every hand for like the first 15 hands. And I think 13th or 14th hand, I called, like that was the first hand that I V-pipped and I busted him. Not busted him, but like crippled his stack in that one.
I don't feel good about it. I think I should have, played the P-Russian a bit better, a little less aggressive since it's already a very aggressive game. So if there's next time, I think I will just tone down my aggression a bit.
Not sure I believe that Wilson Yomso will tone down his aggression at any table that he's on, but be that as it may, he is eliminated in 4th place. We're down to 3 fairly quickly. Gaurav has a mountain of chips.
नहीं, meter is on. 1500.
And now the strategies have to change. They all three came in with a plan to get Wilson's chips. Only Zarvan and Gaurav managed to get a piece of that. So now, a new plan, a new dynamic is about to unfold.
Well, Zarvan and Gaurav have decided to get busy. Let's see where the dynamic takes them. Comes Jack 3 deuce on the flop, 2 clubs. Neither player with a flush draw. Gaurav with the only club and the overpair. And it's Zarvan who fires in position with top pair. Fair enough on a board like this. Gaurav has a 3 as well. He simply cannot dream of folding. Check call seems in order. Indeed what he does. Key turn card coming up. It's going to determine whether Zarvan decides to check back or keep fighting. It's the 10 of hearts. Honestly, both options on the table. He has just enough showdown value, but this is 4-card poker, PLO. Top pair only gets you so far. Checks behind, decides not to turn his hand into a bluff. Catches. And it comes a queen on the river, a straight and clear. Many straights possible, but top set for Gaurav. Should be the best hand more often than not. I expect a value bet. And it's a check. Decides not to lead out. Doesn't want to get raised and face a very tough decision. Instead, he's likely open to check calling. Zarvan with just a jack is going to put some chips into the middle. He's bluffing with a pair. And Gaurav instantly calls. Zarvan has to know he's beat once called. No good, sir. The rich get richer. Gaurav soothe. Dominating. Let's not forget he did ship the first event. This would be incredible if he can pull off yet another victory.
Yeah, भाई छुट्टा लेके महंगे वाले भी ले लिए. अभी तो छुट्टे लिए थे, अब तो बड़ी चीज भी ले ली फिर. ऐसे तो ही ना होता है.
मैं बोला रिवर मेरा पत्ता है. गुड कार्ड फॉर मी.
क्या रन है? ऐसे सिक्का गिरा दिया. हाँ, सिक्का गिरा दिया.
मतलब लोअर स्टेट के ब्लॉकर भी है, अपन हायर स्टेट में कन्वर्ट करते हैं.
सिक्को. हाँ, सिक्को.
सिक्को
ब्रो, यस.
I think that's one.
बहुत मेहनत कर रही है सूद से ब्लाइंड डलवाने. ये हैंड फोल्ड नहीं कर सकते.
I think we can all agree, Addy, that Gaurav Sood is a sicko. Big hand brewing here.
Yeah, Vinay's been dying to get a piece of the action. Hasn't been able to get going so far. Finally got a holding to get some chips in there. Rainbow hand though, so pretty much only the king's working for him.
Look how strong Zarvan's hand is. Ace, King, 10-9, double suited. Don't see him ever folding. Could potentially be contemplating a 4-bet. He blocks an ace, so the chances of his opponent having 2 aces become a lot less. So if he 4-bets, he shouldn't expect a 5-bet too often. And he does go for it. Pot, he says. Now the decision is back on Vinay, and look at that. He blocks an ace as well, so he has to be thinking, does Zarvan have aces pre-flop, in which case his kings would be in rough shape?
Call.
If he's reported, then actually it's a tough spot for Vinay.
Zarvan is reported, yeah.
Yeah, it's a huge, very, very difficult spot for Vinay. Wow. Yeah. Oh, actually, I think he should just fold.
Wow, Pawan thinks Vinay should fold. He has 62% equity pre-flop, which is pretty good in PLO, so it would be a bad decision results-wise. But I see Pawan's point.
And you can also see his cards, to be fair.
Well, Vinay comes along, and look how big the pot is. 35,000 in the pot, 25,000 in Zarvan's stack, and there's an ace on the board. Not much else. Ace, queen, 4, 2 spades. Both players should be willing to commit. They both have the same hand for the moment. Zarvan gets to represent the aces, but there's an ace on the board. Vinay has one, so I expect an all-in and a call. And right as I say that, Addy, there's a check-check.
7 shouldn't really change anything here.
Very confused what's going on here.
What?
And there you go, Vinay taking the initiative.
And now Zarvan has to be worried. He's up against two pairs, or even more dangerously, pocket queens.
And mind you, this would be for his tournament life.
He doesn't have any spades either. So even if Vinay had the kind of hand he has, ace, king, the chances of having a redraw are very likely. Mind you, Vinay doesn't have a redraw. What a weird situation.
Zarvan, for his life.
It's actually ahead, by the way, in equity, thanks to the two pair draws. Would be free rolling, essentially, barring the king. Just needs to toss in a chip. Oh, he lets it go. What a great result for Vinay.
मेरे को लग रहा है almost same hand था हमारा, but you had the spades with that.
Probably same hand.
Ace, king, 10, jack.
Similar.
Yeah.
In my early days, I used to be a cash player till 2017. Honestly, it wasn't going really well. But then I decided to switch to MTT poker. And since then, it has been a great journey. I think I did really well in my first couple of years. I won Player of the Year award on PokerBaazi only. And at that moment, my parents were like, "Tu kar, just tu kar, and tu kar lega isme. हमें पूरा faith है तेरे पे, and you should go for it." And since then, I never looked back.
My poker journey started back in my college days. I was close to those, cool rich dad kids and wealthy bunch of guys around me. I used to play home games at their house and hustle them.
Overpair for Zarvan.
अपन डरेंगे नहीं लेकिन 1000. I started having a lot of passion and urge to learn and be better at this game. I saw the skill psychology aspect of the game and I started studying, not studying actually, but started watching videos and I just got more into it. And the more I got into it, the more I started getting hooked onto it.
So Vinay, the non-believer here after that cheeky little 1K bet from Zarvan, almost a tester, but Vinay having none of it. And Zarvan sticking to the story, thinks his queens is good, doesn't believe Vinay has a 5. But a 3 on the river might change things. Naughty, naughty. Check, check. Vinay Rajpal takes that down.
Good. मारना रिवर भी ब्लफ में वो पता ही था.
कुछ और रिवर गुलती तो मरना तो मैंने लग रहा है ना. कॉलिंग ओनली.
भाई मैं प्रिपेयर्ड था, मुझे पता था तू ब्लफ कर रहा है. मैंने 1000 क्यों मारा ताकि तू खुजली करे और जो तूने की लकी हो गया अलग बात है.
हाँ वो थोड़ा हो गया लकी.
Yeah, when I was down to 11 bigs, like I was thinking, ठीक है last MTT में 5 पॉइंट आए हैं. This one I need at least 40. यार second आ जाए तो भी चलेगा, थोड़ा pressure नहीं रहेगा. But then I was patient. I knew if I'll get those 1-2 double ups, I'll turn it around, and I believed in myself that once I have like 40-50 BBs, I can win this.
Well, Zarvan seems completely zoned in. He's making the right reads, but he's down to just 9 bigs. It's all in or full territory, or at least pot size raise pre-flop territory.
45.
There we go, raises to the maximum. 3 jacks.
That's pretty much committing as far as everyone else is concerned, and there's no way Gaurav is going to let this go. King, Queen, Jack 10 double suited, as good as it gets pretty much with this game.
Oh, they both have very good numbers.
I prefer the R1 side a lot of times.
We know Gaurav's calling. The only question is, put Zarban all in now or see a flop? I don't see the downside to seeing a flop. In case it comes something like ace deuce deuce, you can get away.
So तड़पा तड़पा के लिए क्या?
45?
Basically a flip.
Black or red?
King in the window and an ace.
Okay.
But in the entire rap city for Gaurav Sood, no way he's folding this.
There's the all in and here comes the call.
45.
Two pair.
So and plays.
I had 3 jacks. Good news for you.
Wow, man. What a hand.
Actually.
3 jacks removed means 7 outs for Gaurav. The 9 gives a flush draw to Zarban as well.
Flush, flush, flush.
Who got that?
The R1, flush.
Flush hai mera.
Flush, flush.
Flush, hurt. 45.
The comeback begins perhaps. Zarban up to 20k. Never over till it's over with this lot. Zarban knows exactly how to fight back in these spots.
No, देखता तो बोल देता.
Nice of Gaurav to bring along his winner's hat. Is that what we're calling it, Annie?
It's
saw
for
cards
topping the leaderboard at the end of each day. 170 points is what got him that hat right now with pocket kings.
This could be trouble. This is exactly what Zarban wants. Aces with a king potentially about to collide against pocket kings. Doesn't get too much better than this pre-flop in PLO. In comes the 3-bet, and it commits him. I just don't see Gaurav getting away from it. Kings with a suit is going to be good enough to get it in PLO most of the time against a short stack.
10 over.
21 total.
9 or.
Think back to the hands Zarban has 3-bet with in the past. You don't always have to have aces. No doubt Gaurav thinking back to those hands as well. Gets it in.
Good luck, guys.
Hey. Pot, he said pot.
Yeah, we're all in. And Zarban is 75-25. Hard to get equities this good in PLO pre-flop.
Domination nation.
Still 25% is 25%. Zarban at risk. This would bring Zarban almost back up to starting stack.
Little hope for Gaurav on the flop.
Always a sweat.
Always a sweat.
5 of diamonds.
Little more hope on the turn.
Oof.
Oh, backdoor.
21.
Nut flush for Zarban. Right back in it. 45,000.
After doubling up the second time, I had like 40, 45 to go with, and then I was very confident that okay, fine, अब अपना time आया है, and now it's time to make it count. And I was very confident after that, and the way I approached the rest of the tournament was like, it was a game changer. So मेरे दिमाग में जो सोच रहा था मैं वही हुआ, and I got those 2 double ups, and then I was like, only one way upwards.
ये तो मतलब क्या ये
On we go. Zarban kind of back in this one. He was still pretty short when he got that double up, so not fully out of the woods yet.
Yeah, blinds are 1,000, 1,500, so 30 bigs. Mind you, we have an ante in play for PLO, which does jack up the pot, so plenty to fight for every time. Nice looking hand here. Ace, queen, jack, deuce, double suited. King 10, 9, 9. Good enough to play from the big, surely. Gaurav has plenty of PLO. Gaurav has plenty of PLO experience as well, mind you. He said he made his bankroll playing PLO cash before shifting to MTTs and deciding to just become the end boss. 7-3-5, 2 diamonds for Vinay. Overpair for Gaurav. And looks like Gaurav is betting. Is this a bluff, Addy? I'm not sure.
I wouldn't dare to presume to understand the motivations of Gaurav Sood. All I can tell you is it's probably a good one.
Well, it certainly is good. He is getting Vinay to commit chips on a draw, but Vinay actually has the most equity in this hand. Not anymore, though. It comes to 3. The overpair remains an overpair, and the second nut flush draw added. And I guess we find out now what Gaurav's plan was on the flop. Just checks behind, seems to be convinced he likely has the best hand. And the 4 actually gives Vinay the wheel, the straight to the 5. Sneaky one. I didn't even see that draw. Now Vinay is betting for value, essentially. It's a block bet. A small bet designed to get Gaurav to call off a wide variety of hands. Wonder if that includes pocket 9s. There's 4 to a straight on the board. The board is paired. But these two have all kinds of dynamics. Probably my favorite dynamic in the circuit, Addy. They just love going after each other.
Oh, it's got to be Jaswin and Thiam for me, though.
That's fair. That's fair. We saw a lot of fun action on the previous table. Let's see if Gaurav decides if his old buddy is just taking a stab with air. Because pocket 9s is a very, very weak hand to even consider this long to call off. But you know he's considering. He's put in a time bank. And he's grabbing chips. He calls it off.
It's a brave call for sure. There are some bluffs in Vinay's range, but that's Gaurav Sood for you. It's just at the bottom of the range, but if it's in the window, he'll take a shot every so often at an appropriate frequency.
Vinay is just, we've known each other for a really long time.
गौरव के साथ तो मेरा थोड़ा सा रहा है like because we know each other so well.
Yeah, it's like sometimes you win, sometimes I win kind of a situation.
We were on the same table and we got in like we had like 9-10 hands with each other and you know it was fun only.
He likes the melodrama around it though, but he really likes to put it in a way that I always come after him or something like that, but that's not the case at all.
Brave call there by Gaurav, looking up his old buddy. That's the thing with poker and pot odds. You just needed to be right 1 in 5 times or so. That wasn't one of those times. Moves on to the next one.
You got the math totally wrong there. When you're doing it against one of your friends, Vidor, it has to be 100% or nothing.
That is true. No matter what pot odds they offer you, if you're wrong, they rub it in your face for the next 1 year or so. This time it's on TV.
Oh, and Zarvan just flops the absolute world here.
किससे बात कर रहे हैं ये?
Middle set turns into the best full house. Best because Vinay has made trips.
So unfortunate for Vinay right now. And Zarvan must have been wondering, oh, I've got so much of this, how do I get paid? And then he sees his opponents actually putting chips in. Happy days.
9.
Ooh, going for the raise though. Interesting. I expected him to actually maybe keep his opponent's draws in, let your opponent catch up. But this is also great to target just trip fours.
Yeah, this is a tricky one. It was limp pre-flop, check on the flop, and Zarvan sneakily checked his full house on the turn.
Oh, cooler.
Zarvan Tumboli. Slowly.
Absolutely the worst card for Vinay on the river. The 7 boats him up, and Zarvan has the much bigger boat, the Titanic. Eights full of fours going up against fours full of 7s. Huge value bet. And how in the world is Vinay supposed to get away from this?
Yeah, you have to be capable of putting your opponent on 8s. So difficult to give them 7s. Kind of difficult to give them kings as well. So king 4 when you have a 4? I don't know, Vidar. I don't know if he escapes.
Well, the thing is, he only has a bluff catcher. Zarvan check raised on the turn and bombed the river. He's not doing this with just ace 4, especially with the straight coming in. Comes down to the old poker question. Look your man in the eye and decide, does he have it or is he bluffing?
You know, when you said bluff catcher, but the guy's holding a full house, it wanted to make me cry a little bit.
That's PLO for you. Bottom full house makes the call. The bluff catching is unsuccessful because Zarvan had the goods. And we're looking at Zarvan with 100k in chips.
Zarvan is too good in live poker, especially. Obviously, he has so much live experience, and he has shipped so many events recently also.
Yeah, so it was a limp pot. Flop comes king 8-4, add king 8-8 queen double suited. I hit the board hard, rainbow flop. Check, showing no interest. I was talking to Sood.
I think जब वो खेल रहा था, he was focused.
दिल्ली गुड़गांव की कुछ बातें चल रही थी एंड विनय चेक्स अरे कुछ नहीं है इसके बाद टर्न 4 मैं बोला आप क्या है मैं वापस चेक स्नैप चेक की बेट कर और लेके जा टाइप्स
Like he was not tilting. ऐसा नहीं था कि I'm left with 10 bigs and I'll go all in with a random hand. ऐसा नहीं था.
It's unlikely that he already has a full house because I have 2 8s, I have a king also, I'm blocking that. So मैं बोला river पे I hope like fill up कर दे. River comes a 7 now, and now pot is like 24 or something. And मैं बोला call आएगी तो 10-11 की भी आएगी and 20 की भी आएगी तो I bet 19.5 and then I started like breathing heavily and looking nervous and all and थोड़ा बहुत he's like staring at me. मैं बोला please call कर मैं nervous हूँ please call कर.
That's what good players do and it paid off.
Respect between the boys. But now the men have to get back to action because only one can win this event and they all need it. Zarvan started this match somewhere towards the bottom of the leaderboard. Has done really well to get himself into the chip lead considering he was down to just about 10 big blinds at some point.
Eyeing the 70 points up top, all the 3 players have locked in positive points, 20 at the minimum. Zarvan's out of contention for this one. Blind versus blind battle between the 2 friends, Vinay and Gaurav. Ace 5-7, 2 hearts. Neither player has connected really. Gaurav has sort of a nut low type of hand with 9-4 deuce deuce. Doesn't convert it into a bluff. Well, why would he? When he knows the 3 is coming, he binks the straight, and Vinay gets 2 pairs as well, mind you. 2 flush draws on the board. Dangerous bet here from Vinay. He only has bottom 2. In PLO, that's dangerous. In PLO, that's not too strong, but of course, we're heads up. There are 2 flush draws on the board. Gaurav doesn't have the nut straight, but the way the hand is gone, he may as well have the nut straight.
Vinay, mind you, has the nut flush draw, so things could work out.
Just a call from Gaurav. Both players ready for some variance depending on what happens on the river.
Are you ever really ready for variance?
I'm not, but these guys are. And there's variance, the flush and the board pairs. Neither player has the hearts. Gaurav with the check mark.
Who wants it more, lads?
Vinay knows his hand is no good. He's left with a pair of 5 for crying out loud. So he's going to bluff at it. Bets about half pot. Looks very milky.
Good bluff. Nice. Approved. Power approved.
Pavan approved.
Well, that's high praise, isn't it?
Yes, sir. The seal of approval from the human calculator. Gaurav, though. The dynamic, the friend, the situation. What's he going to make of it?
And think back to what I said about pot odds, Addy. Once again, pot odds on offer. 10,000-ish to call. 30,000-ish in the middle. Only need to be right 1 in 4 times to make it profitable. But last time around, he followed that logic. He paid off Vinay with a small bet on the river.
And remember, Vinay's bet on the turn could have been something like ace-7 or ace-5. 5-3 really was less than what you'd expect. So that's what Gaurav is perhaps considering here. And let's not forget that flush draw.
Cool.
He says fold.
Both done, yeah.
Vinay gets it done. Very well played by Vinay Rajpal.
सांस रोक रखी थी.
You almost called, man.
Good bluff. Good bluff.
क्या बोलूं यार?
नहीं था कुछ?
मैं
स्पेड से
ये लोग इतने सीरियस
बट तेरी रेंज में एस नहीं था ना, मतलब
मैं सोच रहा था यार क्या ये 4-4-6 फोल्ड किया मैंने. नट्स लगा रहा हूँ टर्न पे. नाइस ब्लफ राजपाल जी. लग ही रहा था ब्लफ. एसपी में ब्लॉक कर रहा था.
तो आपको पता था ना.
हाँ वही बोल रहा हूँ. मैं सोचा सत्तिया पंजिया ऐसा कुछ हैंड है क्या.
We've reached the limping stage of the tournament.
3 टाइम बैक यूज कर गया मुझे. मगर तो कॉल दे के ही जाएगा.
Vinay limps on the button. Queen 5-5 4 double suited.
What are you playing?
Gaurav limps ace jack 9 deuce double suited.
Thank you.
Zarvan has the option to just check and see a flop with a 7 deuce in his hand. That's what I would advise for sure. And right as I say that, he turns his hand into a bluff, deciding that his hand is so weak. And sensing this weakness from the two limpers. Mind you, Gaurav has a decent holding, but the person in position has folded. Good result thus far for Zarvan. He's also getting to raise and ask for a decent chunk of change from both short stacks. 12,000 to call. The pot would balloon up to 36. Players would feel committed. And as a result, Gaurav finds the fold. Wow. Talk about table awareness. Pouncing on the slightest of weaknesses.
Mine. Nice try.
Ruthless.
I was very confident. कुछ भी है मैं pot करने वाला हूँ. थोड़ा भी decent marginal hand होएगा तो I pick up. I think I jack deuce 7-10 jack deuce of diamonds ऐसा कुछ था. बोला थोड़ा गंदा है क्या करे. मैं फिर सोचा ओके एक बार ठान ली उसमें क्या है. मन से आगे कुछ है क्या. कर दिया pot. When I had 10 bigs, Sue had 15 bigs. My pot was 5 bigs. So it's unlikely to peel with mediocre hands and so मुझे पता था pretty much ये दोनों fight कर रहे हैं. ICM है. So it was like a great spot. It's just a matter of time. I have to just keep chipping up and grinding them down, keep putting pressure. I was looking to dominate and like not leave any spots.
And dominate he did. After a rocky start, going down to just 11,500 chips, Zarvan has made an unbelievable comeback. He doubled up twice and is now sitting comfortable with 105,000 chips. Let's see if he can keep this momentum and ship this event.
मैंने छोड़ा नहीं, लेकिन वो बात तो तुम लोग को माननी पड़ेगी. At any point.
मैंने तो बोला ही like crazy.
I was patient.
Recognition from the others about Zarvan's grit.
Pot.
Pot, he announces.
Only 2 cards see. Rest 2 later.
18.
Bye bye.
No, not so soon.
Call.
Zarvan announces. Bye bye.
Black versus red.
Nishant Sharma did this to him in event number 1.
Okay, red, okay? Okay.
You're wearing black, how can you open red?
Now em xin mời. 5 big
It's a flip. 51-49 in Vinay's favor.
Black versus red.
Big, black.
Small, okay? Small.
BBC, big black cards.
BBC. Small.
No, BBC.
Okay. Oh, very good. Flop. Drawing dead. This guy is dead. Bye bye.
ये तो
Well played. Okay. Well played. Tata.
Good game.
We lose Vinay in third place.
कुछ करना पड़ेगा. Try करते हैं.
On his way out, he gives Gaurav some encouragement to take on the beast that is Zarvan Tamboli.
All right, Vinny, very well played, dude. That result now puts you into the top 10. But that was a really, really tough grind out there. What was it like?
Yeah, it was actually a very tough table, you know. Gaurav got an early double up and he was always the favorite to win. So I was like, okay, it's going to be a very tough grind now. But yeah, at one point of time, I was chip leading and I was playing very well. But, you know, poker is a brutal game and such thing happens.
Speaking of brutal, you must have thought, I've got this nicely down to, three-way when Zarvan was just at 4,500. Did that bother you at all when he suddenly sprung back up to life?
To be honest, I was already thinking about the heads up because he was really short, like 3 bigs, 4 bigs, and then he got a double up. And then again, he got a double up from Gaurav, and I was like, okay, now things are getting serious.
Well, in tournament poker, you can't count your chickens before they hatch. Vinay Rajpal does not make heads up. Does get 20 points for his efforts for coming in third place. Heads up is between Zarvan and Gaurav, and Zarvan has most of the chips in play. Let's see if Gaurav can fight back.
Well, if anyone can, Mr. Sood can. There are a lot of people online who have experienced this moment. So close, and then Sood comes and makes sure it's too far.
8654 for Zarvan on the button. Plenty good to open with, heads up. With blinds at 2K, 4K, most raises will be committing. So he needs to be careful of that. Yeah, decides to limp as a result. Ace 7, 7 deuce. Never nice to have 7 deuce, but with the stack as short as 5.5 bigs, Gaurav runs with it. Commits himself, pseudo all in.
Okay, Zarvan is going to take a look at this flop. Good news for Gaurav is that it's going to be hard for Zarvan to make a straight given those 2 sevens.
Well, there's a 6 and a 3 on the flop. This should be enough for both players to get it in there. Gaurav only has 1 overcard to his 7s. Zarvan has a straight draw and a pair. Gaurav to act. Don't see him doing anything but going all in. You don't love it, but he has under 3 bigs left.
एक भी पैर नहीं लगाएगा. All in.
Wow, Gaurav checks. And is it with the intention of folding?
Surely not.
Would be a huge mistake. He's 44% in the hand.
Wow. मतलब 90-10 लग रहा है ये. इधर से कमबैक नहीं होने वाला वैसे भी उससे अच्छा इसमें गैम्बल कर दे.
Gaurav just thinks he could be dead against a jack.
Zarvan does obviously sound so confident when he speaks. And he does get the fold there. Gaurav Sood deciding 3 bigs is enough to spin up.
Wow. When things are going your way, they're just going your way. Sarvan gets away with a cheeky one, and Gaurav will essentially be auto all in the very next hand.
The squeeze play is one of the poker player's most effective pre-flop tools. Watch now as a timid limper attempts to open the evening's action with a simple beer. Another limper approaches. They too are interested in the low-stakes liquid. Unbeknownst to them, a shark lurks nearby. Unimpressed with the mere offering of beer, he raises the action with tequila. Now, it is tequila or nothing. There will be no beer for the limpers tonight.
You were blocking my straight outs. 6 4 5 8 था मतलब.
I mean वही but मतलब ऐसा
think-
भी कोई भी hand है तो बहुत massively favorite ही है मेरा.
Gaurav seems comfortable with his decision, but like I said, he has to commit. Ace 10, 10, 7 is pretty good, double suited. So here we go. Sarvan should be committed as well in terms of pot odds.
Blind call.
Yeah, calls it blind, supposedly. Never know with Zarvan, though. He's bluffing about that all the time. But King 9, 7, 3.
11.
32% to ship it.
Yours, sir.
The old prepaid trick
कितना?
to please the poker gods.
King, king. King, king. You know, no, red flop. Right? We are the red boys.
Two queens and 2 hearts.
Dead.
But the ace means Gaurav is at 99%. The comeback story begins.
Only 3. 3, 3. One more 3. One more 3.
There it is. 26K now for Gaurav. Long way to go, though. 7-1 chip lead still for Zarvan. Queens with the 10 and a 6. Enough to commit, surely.
Pot.
16.
Time to see what Gaurav wakes up with. Jack 9, 8, 8 could be good enough. In rough shape against the queens. He has 2 clubs, but Zarvan has bigger clubs. Most of the straight cards in Zarvan's hand as well. If Gaurav takes the spot, he's going to have 30% equity. Grabs the chips.
Call.
This is a crucial one. If Gaurav can somehow survive, we're going to be down to 3-1 chip lead, which is very surmountable heads up.
Suits covered. Straight draw
वही तो कह रहा हूँ
covered.
कहाँ से dominant नहीं है.
If you hit set, I can maybe hit straight. You need set and top 2.
Jack 7, 5. Look at this. It's now a flip.
Double gutty.
That 5 really helps. And the 4 seals the deal. Zarvan Tamboli mounts the ultimate comeback and wins his PLO table. Gaurav Sood couldn't do the back-to-back first place, but second point will be pretty good for his position on the leaderboard. Picks up 70 points for shipping it, is really going to help his cause when it comes to making the final 8.
There he is, champion. Back to winning ways. Well done. I tell you what, man, I always thought you viewed this as this hyper-aggressive player, but today I've learned something new. You have a nickname, and now I understand it. Friends, can you help me with that one? I love it. I love it. What a grind back. What a hustle. You were down to just 4,500 chips. And then you just...
No, 11,000.
11,000.
Was that, yeah.
Huh. Oh, you had money in the middle when I looked at the stats. My bad. Knows better than I do. Good. What was going through your mind at that moment? You just never gave up and you just felt it was going to come back? Or?
Yeah, I was just being patient. I knew I had like 10, 11 bigs. My lowest I had like 11 bigs, and I was just patient. I knew it's just a matter of one double up, and I can spin it. It's PLO. You just need to connect flops. I got unlucky on the river 2-3 times against Vinay, and like he was hitting. I was making good calls till the turn, and he was just like getting lucky on the river. And I was thinking in my head, कि ठीक है कब तक लगाएगा जब मेरी चलना चालू होएगी तब I'll dominate.
Yeah, I'm relieved that I won, and as I said pre-PLO, that it was much needed points which I wanted, and 75 points, looking good.
Zarvan Tamboli, what a player, what a comeback. Down to just a few big blinds, goes on to ship table number 1. Which means we have some movement on the leaderboard. Zarvan Tamboli, namely, jumps into the top 10, but he can't be too safe yet because one more table is coming up.